Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I'm gonna put my tea right over here. How you all doing? I hope you're doing fabulous. I'm having a pretty good day. Just got my hair done. Well, cut and colored, not really like done, but you know what I mean. So I have been working on this cover for the journal that I'm working on, and I've gotten pages together. I spent the weekend tearing apart my craft room and putting it back together. So yeah, it looks great now, but that was quite a process. As you all know, when you start doing that and then you wonder what in the heck was I thinking? Yeah, it was one of those kind of things. So anyways, these are the pages. This page I did, I'm pretty sure it was last year, in this same style. And I never ended up using it. So I'm going to use it in this journal. So it'll be the first page of the single signature of this journal. And it just has a tag here and another tag down there. And these pockets are hooked directly onto the page. And then there's another pocket up here, which I just forgot about. But anyway, so there's like 1, 2, 3, and you can see the edge of this pocket. It's sort of like a collage pocket page, really, is what it turns into. So I put that in there, and I've used Stabilo All on this one and just collage and white paint, just like what I've been doing. So and then we turn to the next page, and this was a drawing that I did of obviously a face, and I just collaged around the outside just for some interest there. And then the other side of it is a collage pocket and a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera with a flower and one of my price tag digitals there. And then I do have in the shop now these keys. So I don't know how well you can see it, but this is a rusty key. So I have a set of rusty keys and then a set of the black keys, which are called just keys. So yeah, so you'll get a whole set, and I'll show you. These are the black ones. It's hard to see, but you get over 80 die cut keys. I know it's really hard to see them in there because of the glare. And then the back, or the pages that they were cut out of the negative. And I send that along in case you want to use it like a stencil or whatever you like. But I always give little goodies when I send something, but so you can't see the keys very well, but there are the little keys all in there, all different sizes, much like the numbers and the other things that I do. So anyhow, that is that, and this will go here. This is Medieval Mirage, and I just kind of went through papers that I already have printed. Because this is an eclectic journal, I went with all different type things instead of, you know, just one kit or whatever. Then there's some baker's paper there, parchment paper, whatever you call it, avocado die. This is one of the pages we did together, just so you can see it in there. We need to decorate this. This is from my Cat's Meow digital download. It's collaged edged pages that I've done into a digital, and this is same thing on the other side. That's our mushroom pocket that we did with orange and gray for the color challenge. This is just drop paper, an envelope that needs to be decorated. This one is from my dog days, and the only difference between the Cat's Meow and the dog days, I mean, they're different papers around the edges, but I've also done kind of some stamping on the inside part of the page there. This is rusted, I think it was food dyed paper that my niece made me. Very cool. And coffee dyed painted paper and just coffee dye. And then there's that little, oh, you guys haven't seen this. I forgot because I did this part with you, the outside. It's the hanging green file folder. It's just a piece of it that I had floating around. And so on the back I put, this is a book page that I put over another book page, you know, to give it some layers. And then just a piece of paper. Added the gold. This is Medieval Mirage. And I don't know which kits these are in, so I apologize for that because they were just singular pages that I had in my little files of printed digitals. I know they're from Medieval Mirage, but I just don't know which kit. So I apologize for that. And then little collage here. This I'll probably ink a little bit more than I did. My daughter gave me these little fairy sort of washi stickers for Christmas, so I put one of those there, and just a frame to write in or put a picture in or whatever, and just some pieces of book page and music page. So that's that. That goes on there. And then we have our envelope we did together, and I added some journaling cards. Or this isn't an envelope, it is a glassine bag. And then more of that parchment paper. And these aren't all done. This was whatchamacallit, piece of ephemera that I had floating around. I did it at the same time that I did that this front page here. And so it just has a dressmaker dummy on the front. It opens like this. There's 2 writing spots, and then there's these 2 tags. And I put these gold foiled tags in there because I just thought it went, you know, really well with the gold. But then there's more places to write. So that's actually quite a large writing space that you got there. And then to top it off, we can take, which I hadn't done yet, but maybe I'll trim around this one because it's kind of got weird edges. We could put that in there. And that's just a piece of scrapbook paper. I think that's Stamperia. But anyway, I'll trim it up and stuff, and it'll go in there. This just is a circle of paper that I've folded over. It goes behind there, but that's what's holding that down. Then when you turn this, this is the center of the signature, and this is one of our painted coffee dyed pages that I've stamped on and collaged on, and this is one of my original abstract painterly type papers, and I just put a strip of it there on the edge. It's not a pocket or anything, it's just for decoration. And then this is to write on. This was originally, this piece right here was one of those junk mail pieces that you get that show like new windows, or what you can get new windows, blah blah blah, but it's on like a really lightweight cardstock. So I just painted it so that you're not obviously looking at all the stuff about the windows and my address and all that jazz. The address and everything was here, so that's why that piece of paper is there. But that is a perfect example of junk mail or trash to treasure kind of thing. So that's that. So that's what I've kind of been working on. These are all same, you know, just the other side. So I just have to get it all in here right now. Oh, come on. Don't be difficult. And so what we're going to work on today is the cover. So I already started it, and I'm just kind of, this was a manila file folder that I just dumped blots of tea. It was tea. It wasn't coffee. It was really strong tea. On there, and I would let it dry, and then I would splat some more on there, let it dry, that kind of thing. That's why these are lighter, these are darker. It's that whole thing. And then painted with the white paint like I've been showing you guys. And then I've just done some collage, and I'm not going to cover the entire thing like this. You can see this side's done, other than this flap isn't done yet, but I've left some of the spots where the coffee dye is showing through, and I'm just using a, it says it's matte, but I struggle with this stuff. I really need to get more matte medium. I just haven't yet. I want to use that up. So it's just a little glossy, and I would prefer it wasn't glossy at all. But anyway, it's really good to do this for a cover. Like the pages in the journal, I don't bother covering with that. For one thing, I don't want it to be a smooth surface to try to write on. That would be a pain. But this will also kind of seal this and just make it last a little bit better. It, you know, because it is just a manila file folder. It's nothing fancy. So I have cut this manila file folder so that the sides are, I think it's the 5.5 is, or 6 by 9 is what I go for journal size. So it's 6 inches from this spine portion out to the edge. It's a little bit less, but roughly 6 by 9. And the same thing with this side, without the spine and without the flap. The flap makes it 9 1/4 roughly, or sorry, 8.5 to that first line. This is the real fold in the file folder. You know how there's one indent, or what do you call that? You guys help me. Fold line, and a middle fold line, and an outside fold line. Well, I just kept the whole thing so I can have a spine, and it's just a small spine, like a, what is that? It's just the natural folds of the file folder. That's almost an inch. It's like 3/4 of an inch roughly is what the spine is going to be on that. And so I strengthen it by using the decoupage and, you know, putting stuff over the spine itself. This whole spine's been covered on this side, so that it just gives it some more strength, because it is manila file folder, and if you're opening and closing it, I don't want it to just tear down the side there, if you see what I'm saying. All right, blah, 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 right? All right, I'm going to have a sip of tea. And I hope you're all doing wonderful. So we're just going to keep trucking on this for now. Maybe let's flip it over, because this is the side we want to work on. And then I also have another little thing while this dries that we're going to work on. So, what's been happening with you guys? Oh, and thank you, Dawn. It was so nice of you. She sent me a little gift card because we had a little snafu with some shipping. No big deal. I totally had no problems with that. But anyhow, thank you, my friend. You are the sweetest. So she sent me a little Amazon gift card that I can get some supplies with. So thank you. I love it. I think I'm just going to kind of put this here. Do I want to fold it over? I don't think so. I think I'm going to just tear it here. This is out of a really old ledger book that I had, that I turned into a guest book for my niece for her wedding a few years back. I think I did do a flip through of that, and I'm not sure where it is, so I don't know if you happen to come across it. But anyhow, that's what that's from. But yes, I cleaned off my whole desk, and I had everything like right here on the edges of the, I know you guys can't see, on the edges of my mat, but it was just feeling really dark and boxed in, and I kept having trouble with light. Well, today it's sunny outside, so that's helping a lot, but yeah, I just moved everything out, because I always need stuff, you know, all my bits and paper and whatever, close, so that, you know, while I'm doing videos I can grab stuff. But it was getting a little too close, so I spread everything out, and it's so much better. And I just arranged my room differently. I'm not super organized, so yeah, don't think it's some great organization thing, because I really am not good at that. Oh, why did I do that? I was using decoupage. But anyways, at least it's easier to use for me, so that's what matters. I put my little, there it is. So yeah, so I moved it all out and rearranged, and it's mucho better. Yay. It was just, you know, you just got to do that sometimes. I threw away a whole trash bag of just stuff that's like, why did I keep this stuff? Got rid of boxes, because I do sometimes keep boxes to like mail stuff in or whatever. But you know, you think, oh yeah, I'll keep that one. Oh yeah, I'll keep that one. And you keep squirreling them away, and the next thing you know, you're like, why do I have all these? And they're usually stuff that I couldn't use or whatever. So yeah. But that is done. So I'm excited to have it done. It always feels very good to have the mess cleaned up. It won't last, but it's fabulous right now. All right. I always say, oh, I'm going to make it last. I'm going to do a good job and it'll last. It's like, until I get into that, like having 5 projects going or whatever. And it's usually around Christmas when it gets really bad, and then I have to get it all cleaned up, and then it's better again. So I did my Christmas cleaning, and And I've gotten some of my ideas going again, so I'm feeling a lot better than I was before Christmas. I was just kind of a mess before Christmas. Like I told you guys, sorry about that. It happens. I sometimes just can't get my act together no matter what I do. No matter how I try. And I'm not sure why that happens, but I think it happens to all of us. I'll take some music paper. And I had a fun idea this morning that I'll be implementing. Oh, and thank you for all your comments about the gnome situation. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is both, but I have to wait until Friday till I get all my paper. So it's probably not going to be till the beginning of next week when the gnome items will be in my Etsy shop. I might be able to get some of the stencils done this week because I have all the images drawn already. It's just a matter of getting them formatted for the Glowforge and cutting them out. And I do have paper for our Mylar for the stencils, so that is good. But I have to wait for the watercolor paper to do the watercolor gnomes. And I'll do them all different sizes, but they won't have any color. They're going to just be the watercolor paper, but they'll be different sizes. I just think that's super fun though, because then you can make them the way that you want them, the colors that you're using rather than whatever colors I come up with. So I think that'll be a whole lot of fun for you guys. Well, and me, because I get to play with them too. But yeah. So I'm hoping you guys will like that. I think that's a fun thing. I mean, I like gnomes and mushrooms and all of that, as you all know. Why did I let that sink in there? I'm such a ding dong. Ding dong. But yeah, had a nice weekend, just hanging with my husband. Ran to Hobby Lobby to get a few things because he's doing some painting. Oh, what do you call it? He's doing 3D printing and then painting, like, what is that called? That spray. You guys help me. Airbrush. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my brain does that. Anyways, he's doing airbrushed 3D characters. I don't even know how else to say it because that's not really my thing. But anyway, so he needed some stuff. So we ran to Hobby Lobby and we have friends there. So like to support them, you know, with their jobs, and because they're very happy to have a job. So I mean, jobs aren't that hard to find around here now, but for a while they were. So when Hobby Lobby first came to town, that was kind of a good thing for us. And it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you know, you can choose to go or not go, and that's just how we do it. All right. But yeah, so he got the stuff he needed and all that, so it was good. It was fun having him making stuff, and he'd come in and help me put stuff places or move furniture or whatever, and then go back to his project and then come back to mine, and you know, it was just a good weekend. So very nice. Kids, Aiden visited a little bit, but you know, they were busy. I mean, Theron obviously not, because he's back up north. So, but we got to see the girl. She just came to visit. It was mostly just us old folks hanging out here. Alright, so let me see. I kind of want to put something else over here. Don't know what. Maybe a little more tissue paper would work. I'm going to be putting something right here, and we will do that probably Thursday. We'll do the topper. Wait, I'm way out of shot there, because that'll be a good project to do. Wrinkle it up a little bit if I can here. Yeah, it's a nice day today. The last 2 days we've had sun, which makes me so happy. I can't even express to you how happy that makes me. So yeah, I was very happy with that. I mean, still real cold, but you know, that's fine. That's normal. It's just nice to get a little sunshine. It just brightens your day, right? And the cat just has been in seventh heaven because he's been able to find sunbeams to lay in, which makes him super happy. So that's been fun watching him go around and find the sunbeams. He hangs out in my daughter's room a lot because of that. But the last couple days he's been able to find little spots in lots of rooms, including my craft room. So he's been very happy. And of course, when we had the craft room all torn to pieces, he just thought that was the most interesting thing you've ever seen. Found all kinds of little crevices and cracks to go hang out in for a few minutes until I would kick him out. I have these shelves that are 12 by 12, or, you know, they're just squares is what I'm trying to say. And they've always got stuff in them, paper, scrapbook paper and whatever. And because I emptied a lot of those out to, you know, sort stuff and whatever, he was right up in those. He thought those were great little cubbies. It's like, I would leave you one if I could, but I need the space. So he got kicked out of those. Wasn't real happy, but that's okay. He survived. Yeah, you can see I'm just totally random here, just adding whatever wherever. No rhyme or reason really. Probably be better if I stayed in shot though, right? So yeah, this is the way I do these, and I just basically, oh, look at that ink. That's just whatchamacallit, Distress Oxide. So it's just coming off, but it's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Oh, I'm going to put a piece of this maybe here. I want it up here because I think I want it over there. But yeah, that Distress Oxide will kind of, you know, come off because it's water soluble. Unless you heat dry it. If you do the heat gun, it doesn't come off as easily. I got the stickiest mess. I'm the biggest mess when I do these projects. I want it that way? Yeah, I think so. I've been watching this dinosaur hunter show, and my I wanted to be a archaeologist or paleontologist when I was in college, and then I ended up doing psychology instead, which I don't know why, because neither one of those are great. But anyway, for jobs is what I'm saying. So I still have a fascination with all that. So I've been watching this dinosaur hunter show about people and ranchers in Montana and Wyoming and New Mexico that look for fossils to sell to make money, you know, for their ranches. And yeah, so I ended up watching a lot of those. My husband watches them with me too if he's, you know, not doing something else, but he's not as interested as I am in that kind of stuff. I mean, he thinks it's pretty cool that they do that to earn a little bit to get through their winters and whatnot, but it's crazy the stuff they find. My word. And I'm glad that they have that, because without them and without the farmers, which we have lots of here for now, but if they keep selling property, we won't. But anyway, we don't have any food. So they really need more support than they get. But anyhow, I'm glad that they have that to fall back on at least. Not all of them though, because like around here, you can't do that. I mean, you know, I don't think there are a lot of those kind of things here. Just all farmland. And now people and roads and houses and subdivisions. And not a lot of dinosaurs around here. Okay, trying to think. I think I might just leave that the way it is. I kind of like it. And this is going to fold, so this will become a pocket on the inside. I think the whole thing's been covered pretty much. I don't know if I want anything else on there or not. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put that up there. These are Tracy Fox labels. I'm sure you all know that because I think just about everybody uses these. So I just like to say where I get stuff, because I do get questions of where I get stuff, so that's why I tell you guys where I get stuff. If you're wondering. Good for now. I may like look at it later and go, oh, I'm going to add something else. And that's the cool thing about this stuff, is you can just obviously keep adding to it if you want to. And then once it gets all dry, I probably will go over it maybe once more, just depending on what I think. I may even sand it just a little bit. I don't know yet. I haven't fully decided, but for the most part, that's probably it. And I will ink some more on the edges and stuff. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do is work on this pocket, and I need to put this out of the way. Get all that stickiness gone. I'm going to take this away and put down one that isn't sticky. I'll let that one dry, and then I can reuse it. Alright, and I left the lid off my glue. That was smart. Were you guys yelling at me, put your lid on your glue? I'm sorry, I'm awful. Alright, let's see if I can have my pile of stuff over here. Thought I pulled that out. I'm going to pause you for just a second. Hello. Sorry about that. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. So, yeah, it's one of those situations. So I have a packing list, those little pockets. And these were gifted to me, I believe, by Karen. If I'm wrong, tell me, but I'm pretty sure it was Karen. Because some things I do keep in an area where I know who gave it to me, and other things, once they go into, like this goes with all of envelopes and other things. And so I don't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was Karen. I cut off, there's another little flap that kind of folds back a little bit, and that's how you get in and out of the envelope, but it was just a sticky, with the sticky stuff on it, flap, and I just didn't have a use for it. So I just cut right along there to get rid of that. And then what I thought we could do, I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to try it. We're going to take some of this book spine that is very interesting looking to me. And we're going to try to make it a little less bulky so that we can use a piece of it. So I'm thinking we can kind of put it on there. You know what I'm saying? Will this tear? Oh, it does. Yay. But we're going to have to put something else because it's not quite wide enough. I just want to cover up that orange. I like the window, you know, but I don't really want the orange, bright screaming orange. And I'm not sure if anything's going to stick to this is my other issue. So this is going to be a trial and error situation, and we'll see how it comes out. I'm going to try tacky glue because I think that's what I'll have the most luck with, but we'll see. We will see. Oh, what am I doing? I need to put down the other first. What is wrong with me? Honestly, right? Honestly. We'll just kind of put some of these. Hopefully they'll stay together. So, like if we put this on the edge like so, we just kind of tuck these with it. I think I'm going to take this piece and stick it down there. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to try. Otherwise, I don't really know what to do with these pockets, honestly. But it's worth a shot, so we're going to try. I'm going to have to put a little glue between these pages too, because they're going to come undone if I don't. This is just a wad of string and book page. Yeah, my whole paleontology, archaeology, I've always had a love of old stuff, clearly, right? So I find all that stuff fascinating. And instead I got a degree in psychology and I don't use it. See how that goes? That's my clock downstairs, if you can hear music playing. It goes off every hour. Alright, now I have totally sticky fingers. And we're going to use this to wipe off our plastic too. I don't know if that goes together. It's very old and very new all at the same time, but we'll see. Okay, I think those other bits of glue will dry just fine. Yeah, so if you're lucky enough to find super old books, the spines on them can be very fun. I like stuff like that. Don't have much, but the little bit I have I like. Alright, so I have a journaling card because I have been madly trying to use up scraps and make journaling cards. And so I have one to fit in there, but it needs to be decorated. So while that sets for a second to dry, we can decorate that. I don't know what I want on it, but I kind of feel like that doesn't really work because that is different. I mean, it's a red and brown. I don't know. Something like that might work, huh? Yeah, I actually kind of like that. And then we could maybe put a label or something on there. It would help if I covered this glue that's just oozing everywhere. Those are Tracy Fox birds too. And these are her flowers. So you can get lots of that stuff there. I've had mine forever. Still use them. Alright, I'll trim that off wherever it hangs off. I think I'm gonna rough this up a little bit so it almost just goes with that edge. Yeah, for a while I used all these all the time, but I really don't use them quite as much as I used to. But sometimes you just need a bird, right? Don't need to worry about all of that because it's not going to stay. All of it is not. Yep, I'm going to put that just there. I'm going to use some art glitter glue. This is a thicker cardstock. I go back and forth. Like sometimes I go through phases where I use cardstock all the time for fussy cuts, you know. And then other times I'm like, no, I like the thinner paper for collaging. I don't know. I just can't seem to decide how I like them best. I think it just depends on the application. Sometimes you want a thicker one and sometimes you don't. For this type of thing, I think the thicker is a little bit better. Don't have to go all the way down those. Oh, I got his tail hanging off a little bit, huh? I keep pulling off paper towels and using them up, throwing them away, and then I don't have them. Got way too much glue down there. Okay, and then this will get stitched around too, so that'll give it another little bit of interest. Okay, let's put a little label on there or something, number or something. This would work. And these are just edges of book page that I've stamped. I'm sure you guys have seen Gail Augustinelli do that if you watch her, because she does a lot of that kind of thing. Okay, I think that will look pretty good. I mean, you're not going to be able to see everything through here because we have this bit on here, but I think you'll be able to see the bird. Yep. There's that little bird, and then maybe a little something up here. I just don't know what. Is that all going to stick, or is it going to come apart? It's going to be fragile. I'm going to put a little glue right here and just dab it a little. I just don't, these pages crumble, you know. They're just real fragile. Okay. And I'm going to ink this a little. I'm going to have to do the same thing over here. Oops. So that hopefully they don't just fall all to pieces. Oh, Nancy. This is Nancy's journal. I have lots of Nancys that watch me, so if you ordered a journal from me, this one's yours. Love to give one to all the Nancys, because I got quite a few lovely ladies that follow and have for quite some time, and I think you guys rock. So sweet. All of you. All right, let me see if I can find a different kind of something to go on there. I feel like I want one again on a page though, from book page, just because that's book page. I guess I could stamp that, but you know, chances of me getting it straight or whatever was probably 0. So let's see what we got in here. Something like that. I think I like that. I feel like I've been using that one all the time, but I do like it. I have it in blue. Blue might be pretty. I like it on that the edge of that thing though, the way it is. No, I think I like the blue, but I just feel like this fits on there better. I mean, there's green too, so it works. All right. Okay. So that is my take on what to do with one of those. I don't know. Like, I don't know, because you can't, I thought about dyeing it. I guess you could do like, well, we can just try that. Let's just try it. Alcohol ink on it. Let me see here. Move my drop cloth from the little book that we're working on. I have caramel ginger. That's not latte, I'm thinking. What's this one? Oh, those are distress oxides. I don't think that they will stick. But I think that this will, so we're gonna try it and see how we go. I'm gonna move this out of the way before I get stuff all over it. Oh, I had that too, huh? Could put that on there still. I think I'm gonna do that. I just like the boldness of the type on that. I want it to kind of go into any little cracks or creases there. Okay. And I need a clean paper towel. I'm just going to use the whole package of paper towels today. Okay, I'm going to carefully try this. And this is just, I have rubbing alcohol on this. Just want to move it around a little bit and maybe go over this. So it colors it, discolors it a little, just so it doesn't look so brand new. Kind of like those, they're usually made out of like parchment almost, or wax type paper that are in old library books. Vellum, whatever, pockets. Okay, I don't want to get a ton of that on there. So this is Ranger alcohol ink in latte. It definitely sticks to that. It's just, I don't want to totally get so much on that other part. Okay, I think that's good, because if I get any around there, that's gonna just keep soaking it up, and I really don't want to change the book page color a ton, which I've already done, but that just yellows it, you know. And I will stitch around this too, and probably put like a fabric little tab on it, and it can go in. It'll pull in and out that way. Words, right? Okay, so that is it. All nice and yellowed and funky. So that'll get stitched around. Fabric tab on it. Oh, see how this is? It's pretty much dry. So once I figure out what in the world exactly I want to do, but this will fold down like this. I'll probably put a thumb notch in it so that that'll be a pocket. And these pages, I want to show you guys real quick, because if you do this, it's hard to fold these back up. And if you've made journals before, you're going to be like, yeah, well, yeah. But a lot of people are new, so I usually take like a ruler. You could score it again too, but I just take a ruler and kind of you know, force it to fold, because it just doesn't want to fold where it's the thickest, but it will. You just gotta play with it. And once it figures out, it gets its memory back of where it's supposed to be, it'll work. It's just that original fold sometimes right after is not right. So see, it's got a spine. I might add something else right there. I don't know yet. And then you open it in its pocket and the pages will be in there. So yeah, that's what we got. This will go in here and on a page, and then we're going to do a topper for it right there too. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye.